let's do a comparison between the combinational and sequential circuits. So I'm just doing this lecture before I start the combinational circuit, and once we are completed with our combinational circuit we will move to the sequential circuits. So I think it is a better way to start a combinational circuit by comparing it with the sequential circuit. So let's move to our combinational circuit. A combinational circuit is one in which the output is only dependent on the present input. So let me write it down. The output is only dependent on present input. Okay, present input. Now the sequential circuit is just opposite to it. The output depends upon the present input, but also it depends upon the previous output or outputs. So the sequential circuit is something in which the output depends on the present input as well as previous output or outputs. Okay, so this is the basic difference between the combinational and sequential circuit, but there are some more important things that we have to see in that. So let's move to one of the example in the combinational circuit, and it is the adder. The adder is a combinational circuit, and after this lecture we will start our half adder and full adders. So in adder it is very simple. Let's say if you are adding a single bit, if you are adding 1 with 0, then what you are going to get? You are going to get 1. Okay, so is there any use of the previous output in this adder? Definitely not. There is no need of the previous output in this particular addition. So it is satisfying our condition that the output is only dependent on the present input. But if I say about a counter is a sequential circuit that we will complete at the end of this lecture series. So in counter, what actually happens in your stopwatch or in your devices like which counts the time? What happens? It just add 1 or increment 1 to the previous output. It increment 1 to the previous output. For example, if it is counting 5, then it means that the previous output was 4. It added 1 to it to make it 5. Similarly, if the previous input was 3, it added 1 to get 4. So for its operation it requires the information of the previous output, whereas in the combinational circuit we don't require any information about the previous output. Okay, so how this information, the previous output, is stored in the sequential circuit? It is done by a memory element that we call as the flip-flops, which is a very important thing in this digital electronic course. So if I make a combinational circuit like this, and I say that there are 3 inputs to this combinational circuit and 3 outputs to it, then it will be very simple. The outputs, these are our outputs and these are our inputs, and this is our combinational circuit. Fine, the output is only dependent upon this inputs. But if I want to make a sequential circuit, then what I have to do? I have to first make a combinational circuit. This is our combinational circuit in which there are 3 outputs, same as in this case, and let's say 3 inputs. Okay, this is our combinational circuit. Now to make it a sequential circuit, we need a memory element. This one is our memory element, because we need to store the previous outputs, and it is stored in this memory, which is flip-flop actually. So it goes, the output goes into the memory element, and from memory element it goes back as one of the inputs. Okay, So depending upon this input and this inputs from the memory element, the output is generated, and again the output is stored in this memory element. So there is a positive feedback. This is the feedback, okay, this thing going from the memory element to the your sequential circuits is the feedback. So there is a positive feedback in the sequential circuit, which is very important thing, and also there is a memory element involved. So only difference between a combinational circuit and a sequential circuit is that there is a feedback involved which is positive, and also a memory element to store the previous outputs, and the next output is generated depending upon the feedback from the memory element and the present input. So what we say, let me revise it again, the output is only dependent on the present input, whereas in sequential circuit it depends upon the present input as well as the output from the previous inputs. So this is all, I think, in the combination and sequential circuits comparison, and after this we will study our half adder, which is one of the combinational circuit. We will complete combinational circuit first, then we will move to the sequential one. So see you in the next presentation.